So, you want to hear a story, huh? Yeah, old Marcus still has a few tales to tell. And this is the start of something new. A spark that just might leave the galaxies themselves ablaze. It all started here. The planet Kairos. Heard of it? Of course not, and for good reason. For thousands of years, it was a place of legend, hidden from the outside universe. The only way you found it was by accident or chance. And if you did, well, you weren't ever going to leave. For Kairos was a prison, ruled by a tyrant made immortal by alien technology. They called him the Timekeeper, and his order was nothing less than absolute. What was the secret, you ask, that justified keeping an entire planet in chains? A vault, at the center of his seat of power. Whispers told of unknowable treasures locked away inside. Perhaps even the source of his immortality. But where there are vaults, you will always find vault hunters. Fearsome warriors, driven by dreams of glory, wealth, knowledge, and power. The Timekeeper's order was perfect. It was supposed to last forever. But Vault Hunters, they have a way of screwing up your plans. This new story? Well, it begins 6 years after Mayhem first came to Kairos. 6 years after the sky turned to fire. Idolater Saul, once a titan in both stature and cruelty, ended up as little more than a puddle of goo beneath the Vault Hunter's boot. Rush and the Outbounders had fought back against the Order, and won. Though some of their ranks would never see their dream of reaching the stars, the hope remained. And thanks to some unlikely alliances, it now burned brighter than ever. A single light against the looming shadow of the Timekeeper. The Vault Hunter had killed his loyal commander, and worse still, fanned the crimson flames of resistance across Kairos. And so, he watched and made his plans. Calais, what was left of her, reached for the moon as she died. Her visions had promised her power, but destiny was no match for a Vault Hunter. Without a general at their head, her Ripper army fell to chaos. They had been denied their conquest of the sky, and decided to make it everyone else's problem. Given a reprieve from constant war, the people of Carcadia Burn turned their eyes towards something beyond surviving. Levain had helped them weather the storm, and now she could build the Electi into an actual society. The future wasn't clear, but maybe now they had a speck of a chance. Zane celebrated his victories in their familiar ways. But try as he might, he couldn't deny that it had felt good to be a hero again. He began to think that maybe some bridges could be unburnt. And so, vile Lictor, who craved freedom from his mortal shell, got his wish. The Vault Hunter made sure of that. But the powers he had meddled with would only get more dangerous for our heroes. RJ, once a friend, survived his encounter with the Timekeeper, only to be made a test subject for Vile Lecter's terrifying experiments. He emerged with powers similar to a siren, along with a fractured and tortured mind. With their oppressor dead, the Augurs turned to reuniting the Claves and returning to their traditions. Because it's not what's lost that holds power, but what you put in its place. So, the Timekeeper's order was perfect. It was supposed to last forever. But Vault Hunters, they have a way of screwing up your plans. A Vault Hunter is more than a warrior, more than a treasure seeker. A Vault Hunter is a force of nature. They live on the Borderlands between order and mayhem. A Vault Hunter is the universe's way of righting the scales when they're tipped. Kairos would never be a prison again. But for the Vault Hunters, there was one last door to open.